If you've watched my videos in the past, you've heard me talk about using self-hate as motivation and why self-hate is not a sustainable method of long-term success when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to health and fitness, and that coming from self-love is more beneficial. Now, I know there's been a couple of questions posed to me. The main one being, Aaron, if I don't hate the way I look, if I don't use the way I look as motivation, if I don't call myself fat, if I don't recognize that I'm overweight and hideous and ugly, why would I be motivated to change? If I come from a position of self-love, if I love my body the way it is, why would I want to change? And the comparisons being a lot of these people asking this question, you know, they name off people that they know who are largely overweight, who don't treat their body well, but don't care what other people think. They don't care that other people, like, you know, they don't care about their weight. They're obviously overweight, but they don't give a shit. And they're completely comfortable with it, and they don't give a shit about the way they look. Now, here's the thing. There's a difference between self-love and apathy. Now, these people who are very much overweight, who don't actually treat their body with self-love, are in a state of apathy. They've gotten to a point where they don't come from self-hate, but they don't come from self-love either. They just don't give a shit. They fill their body with whatever they want. They look however they look, and they don't care. That is not self-love. In fact, that is probably a worse form of self-hate. It is a lower form of self-hate because at least at self-hate, you want to make a change. When you come from apathy, you've pretty much given up. You've gotten to the point where you're like, fuck it. I'm just going to give up. I don't give a shit. So notice that clear distinction, because here's the thing. When you come from self-love, the thing is, you don't treat your body like shit. You don't care how you look per se, but you're very wary of what you put into your body because you want your body to be performing at its best. You want to be feeling your best. You want your body to be functioning well when you come from this position of self-love. So in every single case, someone who is coming from a position of self-love will have a healthy body. Now, they may not have a shredded six-pack, but here's the deal. A shredded six-pack does not equal healthy body. Let's be very clear on that. In fact, for some people, a shredded six-pack can be unhealthy. For some people. So be very clear on that distinction. When you come from self-hate, you hate your body and you're using that as motivation. Now that can work, but it's not sustainable and you will never ever be happy. Apathy is this point lower than self-hate where you just don't give a shit anymore. You have literally given up. Now apathy is not coming from a position of self-love. Self-love is the ideal position that you can come from, because when you come from self-love, it is sustainable. Working out and eating healthy food is not a chore. You are doing it because you want to. You are doing it because it makes you feel good. You are doing it because your body's performing well. So you're not coming from this position of, I look ugly, I look hideous, I need to change that. You're coming from this position of, I like feeling good. I like being healthy. So I'm going to take the actions that cause it. Keep that in mind, guys. Peace.